Honorable and esteemed people of the United Kingdom, you can see the time is 4:23 a.m. in the morning, which is a Wednesday today, and it is 24th of the 2nd, 2021. And you can see the BBC is coming and they're talking of the Olympics. Wow, look at the lovely colors. Absolutely amazing. Anyways, I have done the login of the day, as always, on the iPhone messages to 44 friends and also to 13 friends on the WhatsApp. But I'm going to do the login of the day now, which is of core importance, as yourselves know. And so I have it compiled on the small phone. As you know, the other phone has been destroyed by the Masons like anything, and which is a matter of £1,000 that I bought for. Oh, what a shame. There was nothing wrong with it, and I had to take it to the the phone people in the Arndale Centre in Manchester city centre, who confirmed that somebody has damaged the port, which is the charging port of the phone. So I was guided. They told me either you either get rectified or buy a new phone, etc. And I had to buy a new one, and then that one did work with two of the special wires, but they have been made defunct now as well. And the amount of detriment they've done is absolutely outrageous and extremely mean. However, I have it on this little phone, which is here, which is a second-hand one, but let's get along with our work. And you can see we are doing the login of the last 24 hours that I've been at home all day long. Today is the 24th and yesterday was the 23rd. So we are starting from midnight last night, 24 hours ago. And you can see that one is saying 12 a.m., which is BBC News HD. And then this one you can see is turned into PM, but none of my making. It's been done because Freemasonry is a put-up job. It is a setup, it is frame-up of the victim, and it's an ulterior motive and a hidden agenda, and it is a misrepresentation of facts, and it is fakery, and it is the opposite of the truth, and so on and so forth, and a misrepresentation of facts, and it is to put a false construction. So you can see that one. But of course, I saw it and I had to rectify it, which it has been rectified ahead. But you can also see this one is also made PM, which is Aaj Tak India Today as well. But when you see here, you can see quite clearly that it is the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, and it is the time you can see is saying 0023, which means that it is obviously, you see 12:23 at night, which is AM, and so on and so forth. But anyways, what can you do when they're perpetrators and they're evil, as it is demarcated, pinned down, and documented and declared in the Parliament's inquiry in the book of Stephen Knight on page 149, which is in the chapter of the Dissidents, the concluding page of the Dissidents. That is what it is, which you yourselves have seen, and I shall display it to yourselves as well. It's none of my making, and so on and so forth. I'm only quoting, everything is all by the book and in none of my making, so on and so forth. And then you can see furthermore that this is 12 p.m. again, but you will see the 12 a.m. will come as well. And then of course it is AM, as I said, and here is a AM, which is Z Cinema, and then that one is and you can see the time and date above as well, which is given, which is, and then you can see 12 p.m., which is again wrongly done, and it has been rectified. Furthermore, you'll see this one is 12 a.m. Z Cinema, and then this one is 12 a.m. Z TV and Z Cinema. There are two of these channels, so they've been displayed here. And then furthermore, that is 12 a.m. That one is saying 12 a.m. and this one is saying 12 a.m. as well, Z Cinema, and then 12 a.m. Color Cineplex. And then furthermore, you can see this one, 12 a.m., which is BBC News HD. It's been rectified and redressed. And then because they altered it, Freemasonry is corruption, criminal corruption. Corruption is to alter, is to change into something different, entirely different, and make the opposite of it, which is untruth and reverse of truth, which is sophistry and subterfuge. Swearing black is white and white is black, so on and so forth. And you can see that this is 12 a.m. on the Sky News HD, and then furthermore, which has been displayed on it, when it was clicked. So this is 12 a.m. That is Aaj Tak India Today, which is displayed on here as well. And then Aaj Tak India Today again. And of course, the time you can see is 12:49 because there was a lot to compile and put together. And then you can see here 12 a.m., which is Republic Bharat. 12 a.m. Republic Bharat again. And furthermore, and that is the video that was filmed last night. You can see that one. I think it was done at 3:28 a.m. And you can see that is the link of the iCloud link that was when you get it instantly before it was published on YouTube. That was the iCloud, and it was sent to the 44 friends on the iPhone messages as well as to 13 friends on the WhatsApp instantly. And of course, I can show yourselves the time because I have enhanced it. I have made sure that you can see the time quite properly. You can see, okay, that one is saying that it's concluded at 5 o'clock, but it should also give the time when it started. Anyways, this one is giving. No, it was started at 5:05. Yeah, I did it very late yesterday because it took me a long time to compile the whole thing, because the amount of gundaism and gangism and the the corruption that I faced was absolutely atrocious. I had to go back again and again to confirm that everything was in order, and so on and so forth, and put some things back again which were deleted, and which were the serious omissions that were deliberately made with the criminal intent of the Freemasons, which is exposed very properly in the misuse and abuse of authority in the Parliament's inquiry, embedded in black and white in the books of Martin Short and Stephen Knight, accepted as evidence by the Parliament of the United Kingdom. And you can see here that one, it was filmed at 5:05 a.m. in the morning, and so on and so forth. And then you can see that it consists of 2 hours, 27 minutes and 52 seconds. So it was, you can see it's 7:46. It's saying over there the time, which is, and then you can see that is the web iCloud link that has been sent, and you can see the time and date has been displayed here, which is on the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, yesterday, which is 7:49 in the morning, as soon as it was, because it was about 2.5 hours, and it was filmed at 5 o'clock. So you can see it was finished at about 7:30, and then it was instantly sent, and you can see that in 44 friends, and it's 7:44 is the general time, that is the time when it was finishing the sending of it. So these are the, and then the time and date is given in the second page, and that is the second page, and then that is the third page, and then that is the entire third page, and that is the close-up of the fourth page, and that is the fourth page itself, and then this is the fifth page close-up, and then the fifth page itself, and then you can see the sixth page, which is depicted and displayed in here. And so that's the way it is. And then furthermore, you can see this is 9 a.m. in the morning, and so that is before I went off to sleep. I went off to sleep about 10 o'clock and woke up about 1:45, so on and so forth, about 1:40 in fact. So anyways, you can see this one is at 9 a.m., which is a BBC News HD. And then furthermore, these were sent to the 13 friends on the WhatsApp before I closed my eyes in the morning, and you can see it 9 a.m. at Sky News HD as well. And then furthermore, this is 9:05 a.m. Aaj Tak India Today. And then this is again, you can see 9:36, 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, which is giving out the time. And you can see this is displayed in here. And then furthermore, 9:36, that is of course importance to give yourselves the right time according to what is displayed on it as well. And then 9:06 a.m., which is Republic Bharat, is displayed here. And then furthermore 9:40, and then you can see this one again. And then this is Z Cinema, or which is at 9:06 a.m. And then that is Z Cinema or Z TV. They both are there. So one of me and the other possible. and then 9:44 a.m. in the morning, 23rd of the 2nd, 2021. And then that is Color Cineplex, another Bollywood movie channel, Sky Channel, broadcasted in the United Kingdom. You can see that one, 9:08 a.m. And then you can see furthermore. And so this one, after that, as I told yourself, I closed my eyes about 10 o'clock and woke up at 1:40, or nearly. What I mean is just before that, or so on and so forth, or maybe 1:35. Anyways, what can I say, about half one. So here you can see this is 1:38 p.m., which is in the afternoon, and this is the BBC News HD, which is displayed here. And then furthermore, that is Republic Bharat at 1:40 p.m. And then that is 1:40 p.m. again, which is Aaj Tak India Today, another Indian news channel, which is broadcasted in Great Britain with the time and date of Great Britain. And then you can see 1:40 p.m., which is Republic Bharat. And then that one is 1:40 p.m., which is Aaj Tak India Today, and 1:40 p.m. Republic Bharat again. And you can see the time and date here, which is saying that it's 2:08 p.m. on the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021. And then furthermore, we keep going. And you can see that one is at 2 p.m., which is BBC News HD. And then you can see the presenter is quite visible over there. And then you can see it is at furthermore 23rd. Oh my God, they don't want you to see anything. They just, the way they're running it, and they're tampering with it, and they're doing all the rubbish under the sun. They're disgusting and rotten to the core. And their criminal intent, the misuse and abuse of power, is so enormous and outrageous and extremely mean, contemptible, and horrendous. And what can I say? It's very, very wrong, but that's the way it is. You can see that it is absolutely outrageous, and that's why there's been a Parliament's inquiry into the misuse and abuse of Freemasonry. And you can see 14, that is 2 p.m. BBC News HD. And then furthermore, that is 2 p.m. on the Sky News. And then this is 2 p.m. on Aaj Tak India Today. And then furthermore, and this is 2:07 p.m. on Republic Bharat. And you can see the time and date here, 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, which is 14:21, which is 2:21 p.m. And then furthermore, that is 2 p.m., which is 23rd of the 2nd, 21, which is Utsav Gold. That is a Sky Channel again. And then further, they're all Sky channels, and you can see this one is 4:04 p.m., which is a Sony channel. And sorry, 2:04 p.m. 14:04 is 2:04 p.m. I beg your pardon, my dears. And then furthermore, you can see here, this is the YouTube video that was uploaded, of course, of yesterday itself, which you have seen consists of 2 hours, 27 minutes and 52 seconds, which is nearly 2.5 hours. And you can see along with it that it is documented and declared, which is here. You can see that it is depicting and displaying that public petition to the House of Commons, deliver open justice, and it is the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021. So that's the way it is, and it is enlisted with the rest of the videos of the past few days. And so it's been displayed here, and it was sent like that. It was also sent to the 13 friends on the WhatsApp, and here it is. You can see that's the way it was published, and it was being displayed on the iPhone messages. You can see public petition to the House of Commons, deliver open justice, 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, and filmed at 5:05 a.m. So that is the way it is. And then furthermore, you can, oh my God, they don't want you to see any of it. They're absolutely outrageous and horrendous and extremely mean, and so on and so forth. Because what is Freemasonry? That is cheating and bungling and doing the fakery and doing the Gundaism and Gangism for rob, loot and kill, and for the embezzlement of the rights and property of the people, and white lies and concoctions and false fabrication. You will see that, which I will display to yourselves as I have to do it, and it's none of my making, which is by the book. And you can see here, which is giving out the video itself, which says public petition to the House of Commons, deliver open justice, 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, filmed at 5:05 a.m. and stop sinister insider trading, which is Freemasonry, which is illicit business, which is illegal and criminal world. And it's a carrier of crime, and it's persistent offenders and no remorse. It's a misrule and a misgovern. It is the oppression of the rights of the people. It is the distortion, or not only of the truth, but it's distorting, it's sedition that is distorting the decisions of the state against the state and against the populace at large. None of my making. That I'm quoting to you from page 185 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood. So you can see the YouTube link is right in front of yourselves. And this video has duly been sent to the 44 friends on the iPhone messages and 13 friends on the WhatsApp as well. And you can see this one is the first page. That is God gracious. Oh Lord, why do they have to do all of this, it's no good. Why they have to make a fuss all the time and do all the rubbish under the sun. And you can see here, which says it is on the 20, I'll make it big for yourselves, which is 23rd of the 2nd, 2021 at 14:44, which is 2:44 p.m. in the afternoon. And then furthermore, you can see that is the first page of it, which is giving out the names of the, in 6 pages, there's all the 44 people are enlisted there. And that's the second page of the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021. And then this is the entire page, etc. And then furthermore, you can see that one again, and furthermore, and then furthermore, you can see that one. It's giving the time and date, 23rd of the 2nd, 2021 at 14:45, which is 2:45 in the afternoon. And then furthermore, so you can see the the video with the web link is here. It says YouTube on it as well, and so on and so forth. And so these are the 6 pages that have been enlisted here. The close-up as well as the entire page has been given. And then these are some of those that have been sent to the, oh God, look at that. How they are running away, you know what I mean? So disgusting and so rotten to the core, and always doing all this rubbish under the sun. So these are displayed here that they've been sent to the 44 friends on the iPhone messages, and it is giving out that they have been sent. And here it is. And then you can see that is the third one. And then furthermore, here it is, the YouTube video as well. The green ones are the ones, oh God, which are without the iPhone messages, and the blue ones are with the iPhone. So that's why that one gets published on the blue ones. Blue text has got the picture along with it, and it's got the entire thing that is sent to it from the YouTube. And then furthermore, you can see that one, the YouTube video with the green one is being depicted there. So that's the way it is. And then this one, you can see this is at 3 p.m., which is BBC News HD. And then this one, you can see 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, 3:43. And then here it is, BBC News HD, it's here. And then furthermore, that is the Sky News HD, you can see here. Sky News HD on the 23rd, which is at 3 p.m. And then that is Sky News again. And 3:46, the Sky News is displayed here. And then the time and date is important to show yourselves. And then 2:59, which is Republic Bharat, is displayed here. And 2:59 again, which is Republic Bharat. And then this is, oh God, again Republic Bharat. I cannot believe there is a repetition of some of these here. 23rd of the 2nd, 2021 of 3:50. Because the photographs have been clicked, because on the earlier phone that was just being transferred from one phone to the other, the entire thing. But this one I have to do it all manually and click the photograph and put it onto it, etc. And you can see here, this is 2:59 p.m. on Aaj Tak India Today. And 2:59 again, Aaj Tak India Today. And this one you can see, which is at 3:52. And it is on the 23rd. And so here it is, Aaj Tak India Today, that was, and this is 3 p.m. on Color Cineplex, a Bollywood movie channel. And then 3:55, and then furthermore, that is 3:05 p.m. on Sony Max HD. And this is another Bollywood channel. And then you can see here 3:05 p.m. on Sony again. And then furthermore, that is 4 p.m., which is BBC News HD. And then furthermore, that is 4 p.m. on the Sky News HD as well. Oh God, look at that. My God, why can't they behave, They just carry on and on. Oh Lord. They're paid and they're hired to do this dirty work by the Freemason judges that are top Masons, the leaders of crime charged by the Parliament's inquiry and embedded in black and white in the book of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood, that many High Court judges are top Masons, and that they treat the common man of Britain as expendable nuisance, which are none of my words. You can go to page 185 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood and you see just that. And you can see here, this is 3 p.m., which is on the 23rd, which is Color Cineplex. And then furthermore, it's going on, which is 3 p.m. And then after 3 p.m., we go to 4 p.m., which is here, 4 p.m., BBC News HD. And then you can see the time and date. It is 5:06, the time here. But that snapshot was taken at 4 p.m. And then the Sky News HD displayed here at 4 p.m. And then this is again Sky at 4 p.m. And then this one is 4 p.m. Aaj Tak India Today. The time and date you can see here. And then this is 4 p.m., which is Republic Bharat. And this is Republic Bharat again. And furthermore, you can see the time is 5:16 on top. And so this is Color Cineplex, a Bollywood movie channel. And then 5:19 you can see here on the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, 5:19. And then furthermore, that is, you can see Sony Max HD, which is Bollywood movie channel. And then furthermore, that's 4 o'clock. And then this one is 5:40, you can see 23rd of the 2nd, 2021. And then these are the photographs of the day which are here, depicted here, which are, you can see that is the news presenter that was on BBC between 4 and 5, Mr. Ben Brown, and he's there. And then furthermore, that you can see the time and date is here, which is 23rd of the 2nd, 2021 at 5:40 p.m. And that is Ben Brown at 5:40 p.m. And then this one is 5:41 p.m. again. Oh Lord, they don't even want you to see the photographs. They're doing this day in and day out. Every day they're doing this because they want a misrepresentation of facts, get her, finish her, kidnap her, false charge her, and do the suppression of truth and the oppression of the rights and property of the people, so on and so forth. And you can see the time and date again, which is the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, and it is 17:42, which is 5:42 p.m., which in the evening, early evening. And then that is myself, you can see here at home. And then furthermore, that is again me. And then of course, what I am showing you is the time and date. You can see 23rd of the 2nd, 2021. It is 5:44 p.m. And then furthermore, that again myself. And then you can see the time and date, which is at 5:44 on the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021. And then furthermore, and here again you can see the time, 5:44 on the 23rd, and so on. And so there are quite a few photographs which are displayed here. And of course, the time and date has been displayed along with them, 5:47 the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, and so on and so forth. And the books are there as well. And furthermore, okay, the time and date is here, 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, 5:51, and so on and so forth. Oh, and so look at that photograph, the way it has been blemished and it's been removed. And I've put it right in the end. Look at the bigotry, the hatred, the white supremacy, and the demeaning of the non-whites, and crushing democracy, rights, and justice under the foot, and breaking the laws of the land, and being lawless, and being anarchical. Look at this one. Shame and utter shame and utter shame. And then you see furthermore, And the time you can see is there as well. Oh God, they are absolutely outrageous. They don't want you to see, but my audiences would like to see my photographs. Why wouldn't they? Not everyone is into hatred and into misrepresentation of facts, into Gundaism and Gangism, into atrocity and treachery. And you can see the time and date here, which is 6:07 on the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021. And furthermore, so on and so forth. And then, oh Lord, look at that. They won't let you see anything. Shame on these people, because in these photographs you can see in the background are the photographs of, you can, oh, media law is very clear here, and by Jeffrey Robertson and Andrew Nicol, and Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood, etc. And then furthermore, it's again there, and the portraits of my sons as well as portraits of my father are in the background. And I have a master's in philosophy, a bachelor of law, bachelor of mass communication media. That is my father, and that is one of my sons, the younger one. And then you can see both the sons are there as well in the photographs together. And you can see there the older one, who's the medical doctor, the one with the glasses, and the younger one, the mathematics honors and business masters. And I do not have these boys in my life for the last 25 years, and I want them back. And you can see that is a photograph which is the one they had put the lines on, and it was completely removed in the beginning and it didn't even exist, and so on and so forth. Or maybe that's a different photograph altogether, a similar one, so on and so forth. And then furthermore, you can see the time and date. You can see 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, which is at 6:10 in the evening. And then furthermore, and then go to her house and then break all her jewelry, bedim the victim. Can you believe all of that? And make her homeless, jobless, penniless. For 10 years I was homeless with Manchester University students who nominated me to become their MP, and these people demeaned me to the utmost and did the anti-propaganda and also defamed me to the utmost after my father's murder, and after they wanted a complete suppression of truth of my father's murder, and I was threatened, and a lot happened which I shall bring to the public eye. However, you can see that is the login of the day that has been sent to the 44 friends on the iPhone messages, as well as to 13 friends on the WhatsApp. And you can see that one, the time and date here. You can see I'll make it big for you, which is 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, which is 6:58, just before 7 o'clock. The last one was sent. So all these pages are depicted here. And the time and date is there as well, which you have seen, and I can show yourselves again and make it big for you. And of course, you can make it big in yours while you are seeing it, because that is the whole idea, that it is not a problem for yourselves to have a look at it, and so on and so forth. So these are the 6 pages that has been displayed here of the 44 friends on the iPhone messages that have been sent. The login of the day, you can see publicity, debtors, sophistry, and it says 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, and debtors untruth. And you can see the time and date again here on top, 23rd of the 2nd, and the time is 18:58, and so on and so forth. And then furthermore, and furthermore, and furthermore. And so this is the login of the day that has been sent generally. So you can see the time and date as well on it, and you can see the entire thing has been displayed as well. The green text as well as the blue text has been displayed as well, and so on and so forth. So that's the way it is. Oh my God, it's a lot of doing. And then furthermore, you can see this is at 20 p.m., which is at 8 p.m. in the evening after that one was sent at 7. And then this is 8 p.m., which is BBC News HD displayed here. And you can see the time and date, 23rd of the 2nd, 2021 at 20:22, which is at 8:22 p.m. in the evening. And then furthermore, that is 8 p.m., which is Aaj Tak India Today. And then furthermore, this is 20, which is 8 p.m. again, Republic Bharat. and then 8:36 p.m., etc. And then you can see again the time is here, the time and date, and then it is 2011, which is 8:11 in the evening on the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, and then that is again 8:11 p.m. And then furthermore, you can see this one, which is at 8 p.m. again, which is on Z TV or Z Cinema. There are two of these channels. You can see that one, which is Z Cinema 707, and then you can see this one at 8 p.m. and then that one you can see 23rd of the 2nd, 2021 at 8:58, and then furthermore that is at 22:38, which is at 10:38 p.m. in the evening, and then that is a BBC News HD, and then that one you can see, which is on the 23rd of the 2nd, which is at 22:52, and then this one you can see furthermore, which is 22:38 p.m. on the, you can see 23rd of the 2nd, and then furthermore, which is at just after 10:38 p.m., which is again, you can see that one, and then you can see the time and date very clearly over here as well, which is just before 11 o'clock, 22:57, and then furthermore, this is, and you can, of course, you can see how the Gundaism and Gangism is displaying itself, and it's a disgraceful affair, and shrieking aloud is the misuse and abuse of authority. And of course, as you know, Axis is a storm center, which is always displaying and depicting itself and shrieking aloud and disgraceful to the utmost. And you can see 22:36 p.m., which is Republic Bharat, 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, and 22:36 again, that is 10:36 Republic Bharat, and then this one again at about 11:02, and then furthermore this is 22:36 p.m., which is Aaj Tak India Today is displayed here, and then furthermore, and I do not communicate with any of the neighbors where I live because I've been told that I've been anesthetized and gang raped, anesthetized and given injections to hasten death, because Freemasonry is the criminal and immoral world, which is shocking and flabbergasting, which is terrorism, and it is a gang warfare, and it is atrocity and treachery, and it is hatred and contempt, and it is all done to defame the victim, and it is to do a moral blemish, because victims are treated as criminals and criminals as victims. That is what it is. Even the honest Masons are shunted out of the Masons' Lodge if they complain about the immoral and the criminal conduct of their brothers of sin, of the world of sin and crime, which you can go to page 13 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood. It's a tasty relish for you to have a look at it, that it is depicted just as I speak. It is depicted, it is displayed and documented word by word. It gives you such a proper insight into what Freemasonry is really about, so on and so forth. It's none of my making, and I've been told that it is common knowledge and known to the people that I've been anesthetized and gang raped, anesthetized and given injections to hasten death. However, you can see 23rd of the 12th, this is at Sky News, which is at 11:12 p.m. at night. This is just before midnight, and you can see here this is 23:47, which is 11:47 on the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, and then you can see that 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, 23:47, and then furthermore you can see here 23:47, and then you can see this one is at again 23:11 p.m., which is Colors Cineplex. That is a Bollywood movie channel, and then you can see this is the Sony Max HD, which is another Bollywood movie channel, 23rd, and then this one is at 23:11 is 11:11 p.m. on Sony Max HD, and then furthermore you can see 11:57, which is on the 23rd of the 2nd, 2021, and at 12 a.m. finally we've gone into the midnight of which is the 24th has started, which is today, and you see it's a Wednesday today, and you can see here I have made sure that I have written 00 along with it after the AM, so that if they convert it and they do the misrepresentation of facts and the criminal corruption in criminal complicity, which is, of course, very much displaying the Parliament's inquiry's statement of Right Honourable Chris Mullin, the chair of the House of Commons Home Select Committee, into the misuse and abuse of free mystery, into judiciary and the police, embedded in black and white on page 17 in the author's note of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood, that free mystery is wrongful column of mutual support for self-greed of career advancement or materialistic gain of cash or kind. And I shall, of course, quote the entire thing to you. It says quite clearly that nothing undermines public confidence more than the knowledge that some public servants are members of the secret society whose sole aim is mutual self-advancement in wrongful column or mutual support for self-greed of career advancement or materialistic gain of cash or kind. And so you can see this one is giving out that it's 12 a.m. in the morning. And then this is definitely the BBC News HD, but they have also inserted the name Jagkanchana in here, which has been recently done in the last 1 month. It never existed here. But then, it's a political party. It is a political jargon. It is an establishment-based mafia. And that's why they have been condemned like anything for their misuse and abuse of authority. But they sit in the higher echelons to do the dirty work, but only for the wrong reasons, because free mystery is counteraction, countermand, and counter order, which is the reverse of the truth, which is opposite of the truth, and reverse of the law, and reverse of public good and public interest, and reverse of the progression of the society, but it is the oppression of the rights of the people, and it is the regression, it is taking it backward rather than forward, and which is looting state funds for personal pockets. And many councils have been charged for doing just that in the books of Martin Short and Stephen Knight. They've been named and defamed and brought to the public eye properly and shown the true face of what they really are about, how they crush the democracy, rights, and justice under the foot in wrongful column of mutual support for their self-greed and for distorting the decisions of the state, against the populace at large, and their lawlessness, and they are creating an anarchy, and they are doing only the illegal and criminal and illicit business, insider trading, which is free mystery, unmasked again on page 185 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood, on the very same page where it says that many High Court judges are top Masons. It also says that the other name of free mystery is insider trading, and you go to 356 in the International Law of the Thesaurus to find out that it's illicit business, and then you go to 3732 that illicit business is mafia, it's organized crime, it is shady dealings, and that it is illegal activity of making money, and it is prostitution and pimping, and it is gambling, and it is drug smuggling, and it is dope smuggling, and it is a drug lord, and it is selling under the counter, etc., etc. And you can see here, I will display yourselves, and you can see furthermore that it is 12 a.m., which is again, this is the Sky News HD that is displayed here. And then furthermore, this is again one of the channels, which is Republic Bharat or Aaj Tak India Today. They are the only ones that have been displayed on here. Oh my God. But I have to show you, and whether they like it or not, because they're so deadly guilty in every nook and corner, and the only thing they do is to hijack and kidnap and rob, loot, and kill, and that's what they want. And they've been declaring that for a long time. We're going to hijack her, we're going to kidnap her, we're going to false charge her, we're going to get rid of her, we will not let her fight for justice. And they do not wish that the 3 life insurance policies on the 3 deaths be cancelled in this case, where my husband is the beneficiary on the deaths of my sons after my death. And they do not want the divorce declared between my husband and myself, where he's remarried to the other woman for the last 24 years. And that they do not want my sons to be reunited with me, because they only want to organize the murders. They want a danger and seclusion. They do not want a reunion. They want segregation, separation, and they want the killings. And that's all that matters to them, is to share the profit with the people that they hire for doing the dirty work for them. And that's what it is all about, and nothing else. And of course, it is the defense of the guilty judges that do crystal clear injustices only for the doing the embezzlement of the rights and property of the people, denying the justice and withholding the rights, and how I was nominated to become the Manchester University Students MP, but it was withheld by the Masons. The city council, that is the town hall, where that is this local self-government, in which is the hub of the mafiaism, where all of them come together to put their heads together in the encounter action of how to destroy democracy, rights, and justice, and how to crush the individuals, anyone who fights for justice and whom the corrupt system of Freemasonry wants to make sure that they do not succeed in fighting for justice, but they only want to pervert the course of justice, and they want to demean them, and they want to disgrace them, to silence them, so that then they can finally kill them and get rid of them. And that is embedded in black and white in the Rogers Thesaurus as well as the International Rogers Thesaurus, and of course in the books of Martin Short and Stephen Knight, where the police is charged straightforwardly for arranging robberies and murders well in advance, while other criminals of the Masons lodge and vanishing from the scene of the crime and allowing the crime to take place, which is in Stephen Knight, the Brotherhood, in the chapter of the Grey Debate. And then you can also see in the system, which is on the judges, which is giving out that the judges, that Freemason judges, they, in the misuse and abuse of authority, they do sell the justice out of court even before the cases reach the court, and that they exert a pernicious influence, which is defined in the International Rogers Thesaurus in 308 as the unlawful killing of the victim to nip everything in the bud, to hasten their death, and so on and so forth. Anyways, you can see here 12 a.m. and you can see that it is on the 24th. And so that one is quite clear in front of yourselves, that it is the 24th of the 2nd, 2021, and so on and so forth. So that is here, and it is displayed and depicted on Aaj Tak India Today, as well as Republic Bharat, as well as Sky News, as well as BBC News HD, which are all Sky channels. And so that is being brought to the public eye, and it is right in front of yourselves. And I have also, towards the end of it, I have put that photograph that they have taken off. My God, they didn't want the photograph at all. And of course, you can see the time and date of on that photograph is there, 24th of the 2nd. It has been sent in tonight's post on the WhatsApp, and that's why it's displaying that time. But it is, of course, it's been sent on the 24th, though it belongs to the 23rd. And so that's the way it is, and so on and so forth. And it's a photograph that has got both my sons in the background and my father on the other side, and that's the way it is, and so on and so forth. So anyways, that is what it is, and then I shall go up to do the rest of the of what is of core importance, to bring before yourselves into the public domain of what are the main points that we need to bring forward to the public eye while in this public campaign in the public domain, as per the advice of the Parliament's inquiry, that anyone who becomes a victim of Freemasonry, they do not have a choice, but they've got to fight out the injustices, because Freemasons are perpetrators and evil, and there is no defense in a case where everything is only secretly known to either the perpetrators or the victims. So that's why it is the advice to bring everything to the public eye, and also as per British law itself, which is the open justice principle, and that you can see embedded in black and white in Media Law by Jeffrey Robertson and Andrew Nicol, which I shall display yourselves. But however, let us deal with matters in here. You can see the Rogers Thesaurus is here, the top thesaurus, which is giving out that Freemasonry is an establishment-based mafia. It is a joint government, which means that it is a political organization. That is, of course, it is an unlawful organization with an unlawful oath on page 187 of Martin Short inside the Brotherhood in the Parliament's inquiry, documented and declared. And then you can see, but it's a joint possession, joint ownership, and joint government, where people are amalgamated and combined to do the dirty work for them, or the ordinary criminals are invited to do them, the hardened criminals, etc. The inclusion is done, as well as those are included. You can see that it is inclusion of the friends, family, and neighbors of the victim and acquaintances into Freemasonry. And you can see that then they share that profit out after doing the dirty work with each other in wrongful column or mutual support, profit sharing. And then it is colleagueship, accomplice, helper in crime, partner in crime, aiding and abetting, moneys and sharer, 707. It's very simple because it is so well defined and it is none of my making. And I always say that even if I wasn't born or I never came to the United Kingdom, it was all happening. It is a Parliament's inquiry. And so that's the way it is. And then furthermore, you can see that it's a possessor, it's a squatter, and a monopolizer, and a conqueror, and a trespasser. And it is person in possession, and so on and so forth. So you can see it is giving out that how it is into it is coercive and it is brute force and it's a black power, which is Freemasonry is defined in 733 in the Rogers Thesaurus, as well as in the splinter group of 609, which is in the International Rogers Thesaurus. And you can see here 776 that it is also the beneficiary. That's how my husband is the beneficiary on the deaths of my sons after my death. And you can see this one, that Freemasonry is bribery and corruption, which is 792 in the Rogers Thesaurus, the top thesaurus. And you can see that is not only 792, but it's also, which is purchase, which is buying the loyalties of the people. And for hire purchase, it is hiring them and then not only amalgamating and combining them, but also doing the allocation of what different roles they have to play in a case of crime where they want to destroy the victim one way or the other in witch hunting and so on and so forth. And you can see that it's inducement, which is lure, entice, and captivate people into Freemasonry by giving them the hush money and the bribe money and the forbidden fruit, and which is, you can see 612 is also hypnotizer, which is very interesting. It gives it all out that they only want to hypnotize, anesthetize, and gang rape innocent women and blackmail them. And to make sure that they do not fight out the injustices, they give in and then they kill them after that. Oh my God. It is again a very big eye-opener because in every nook and corner in these connotations that are even in the Rogers Thesaurus and the International Rogers Thesaurus is giving out all because as quoted to yourself from the prologue, which is on page 3 of Stephen I, the Brotherhood, which is the basis of the Parliament's inquiry, which is declared and documented to the people of the United Kingdom and made public the definition of Freemasonry, that Freemasonry is an underground movement devoted to murder and terrorism for financial gain. That is what it is, because it's illicit business and it's illegal commerce. That's the most important thing to remember. It's all about materialistic gain or career advancement, power hungry, etc. And so here you can see that it is stealing, that's how this is of core importance, because as I've been told that I've been anesthetized and gang raped, anesthetized and given injections to hasten death. So you can see here robbing the till, burglary, and you can see house breaking and breaking an entrance, entering the home, and then you can see that it's robbery and it's a gang rape, and it's thuggery and it is robbery with violence, and it is a rape, it's abduction, it's kidnapping, it is body snatching, it is a hijack, and infringement and misappropriation and thievery and act of theft and a joyride, shame and utter shame. And then you can see furthermore that it is banditry and outlawry, and it's a gang warfare and an attack and spoliation and plundering and looting and pillage, which is all the misuse and abuse of authority, people in authority. That is the police's charge of organizing crime openly by the Parliament's inquiry in the book of Martin Short inside the Brotherhood on page 15, and being the hub and the nexus and a bond which carries on a chain of passing the buck to each other and changing hands and carrying on with organized crime in the immoral and criminal world. And you can see how that is how the defenders of the law become the offenders of the law. And you can see here that it is 165. It is playing havoc with the lives of the people. It's speculation, it's embezzlement of the rights and property of the people, it's misappropriation, malversion, it's a breach of public trust, and a fraudulent conversion, which is hypnotize, anesthetize, and gang rape, which is only, making somebody unconscious, and then it is like doing a rape with a dead conscience to a dead body. what else? And then you can see that it's a blackmail and it's extortion and it's a protection racket, which all the threats are given all the time, and threats and blackmail, which is protection racket, and then daylight robbery, which it is, even though it's a thief in the night, but it's a daylight robbery because the way they carry on the terrorism in Gundaism and Gangism, breaking the law of the land. And it is insubordination, which is willful defiance of the law and revolt against the law and breaking down the law and order and doing the opposite of their duty, loyalty, and responsibility, but changing and reversing their allegiance, duty, loyalty, and responsibility from law to crime, which is part and parcel in all the multifacets of Freemasonries in the Rogers Thesaurus and International Rogers Thesaurus. And you can see black economy, which is insider trading, which is illegal commerce, which is illicit business. And then furthermore, oh God, it will come back, of course, without a doubt, just have to light it up. And then it is, and then furthermore, you can see that it is fraudulent conversion and daylight robbery and black economy and fraud and computer crime and fiddle and act of theft, and it's a den of thieves. And you can see that it is also improbity and dishonesty, etc. And here we have to go on to this side of the page, and here you can see that it's the act of theft and the den of thieves and improbity and deception, which is a frame up of the victim, which is perjury and forgery, and that it is also wolf in sheep's clothing, and it's a false friend when people are amalgamated and combined and they're only doing the dirty work inwardly, but outward show is different. That is what Freemasonry is. It is, that is hidden agenda and ulterior motives and on the fiddle and dishonest. And you can see thief, and then you can see finger, and then you can see that it's a kidnap and abduct, and then also infringe, and then it is misappropriation, embezzlement, and breach of public trust. And then it is also, you can see, it is swindle and cheating and bungling, and then it is violence, and it is you can see that is here, that it is make a prey of and victimize and extort protection, etc., and rob, and so on and so forth, and blackmail, of course. And then furthermore, you can see illegality, which is criminology, which is also sinistrism. It is both the immoral and the criminal world. You can see that it is disobedience of the law, illegality, which is illicit business, which is Freemasonry. Here it is illicit business. You can see which is insider trading. It is illegality. It is unlawful. It's illicit. It's lawlessness. It's wrongfulness. It is unauthorized and impermissible, and it is unconstitutional. It's an anarchy, it's a collapse of authority, it's a breakdown of authority, and it is paralysis of authority, and it is illicit business. So if they do not do the justice, whether it's the leader of the opposition or it is the prime minister or the ruling party, then they are in wrongful column or mutual support. They're into a collapse of authority, and they are into a connivance and collusion, which again is 734 in the Rogers Thesaurus, which is giving out Freemasonry's misuse and abuse, which is a reign of terror, and so on and so forth, and terrorism, of course, and insubordination and subversion and sedition. And you can see illegitimate, and you can see that it is Freemasonry's bastardism and sinistrism, sinister, and then it's law breaking, it's violation, it's breach of the law, violation of the law, and it is infringement and contravention and infraction and transgression and trust, and also trespass, an offense which is a criminal offense and a public offense, and breach of public trust and breach of the law, and it is vice, fraud and crime, and it's criminality and criminalism, and it is a habitual criminality, and it's a delinquency and flouting of the law and mockery of the law, and it is also violation, and it's a wrongdoing, and it's much to answer for. And then furthermore, you can see that it's a felony, and that it is breaking the law, and it is infringement and trespass, disobey the law and offend the law and breach of the law, and offend the law, etc., and flout the law and mockery of the law, etc., and so on and so forth. So anyways, let's go further up and then do the most essential things that need to be done as quickly as we can. But it took us so long to do the login itself. Oh God, what a shame. But what can you do? You don't have a choice. You've got to do it. You've got to fight for survival. And if you do not, then you're finished. and you cannot allow that, because you've got to, everyone has a right to live. People should live and let live. And this is Politics of the Judiciary by J.A.G. Griffiths, which is giving out here that that public good and public interest is at the heart of British law, safeguarding the rights of the common man of Britain. And it's giving out in here that it has three connotations. What is meant by public interest, which is public good. Public interest is the interest of which is, you can see here, right here, public interest, and on top of the page. And you can see that it is the interest of the state, number one, and number two, it is the national interest, number two, and number three is that it is the interests of the people at large, the populace at large. And it also says that it is contrasted with the interests of the sections of the society of the people. So it is not the sections of the people. It's not because Freemasonry is sections of the people, which is discrimination, partiality, and favor. So which is the opposite of the judicial oath. So that has been strictly condemned. But Freemasonry is the opposite, because it is being charged of destroying democracy, rights, and justice, and that it is distorting the decisions of the state against the state and against the populace at large. So it is crystal clear that it is standing against public good. It is, in fact, charged as the offender and the public enemy. So it's none of my making. And you can see furthermore here that the judges in the United Kingdom are not beholden to the politically to the government of the day, and that no man is above the law. You can see here that not even the king, and that even the king is under God and the law, and that the judges are also loins under the throne, but their seat is occupied in their eyes not by the prime minister but by the law. And the concept of and to the concept of public good and public interest, you can see here quite clearly the conception of public interest. It is to that law and to the concept of public good and public interest that they owe their allegiance, duty, loyalty, and responsibility. In that lies their strength and their weaknesses and their value and their threat. So that's a very important thing that they've said. And furthermore, they've also said that anyone who makes the breaches of the law, they need to be brought to the public eye in order to hold the public authorities within their proper limits, which I shall show yourselves, because I've kept the book right in front of me, which is on my side, on the right side, and you can see here. This is B.D. Law by Geoffrey Robertson and Andrew Nicol, giving out the open justice principle of British law, that publicity is the very soul of justice, is keenest spur. It is the keenest spur. It's quite clear here, to exertion and the surest of the guards against improbity, because Freemasonry is improbity, it is dishonesty, and it is falsehood, and it is reverse of truth, and subterfuge and sophistry, and it keeps, and that the publicity keeps the judge himself while trying under trial. That's the virtue of the open justice principle of British law. And you can see that publicity is the very soul of justice, which is none of my making. It's right here. And then you can see that there are many other virtues of the open justice principle of British law, which is giving out that the evidence and the argument should be publicly known to the society, so that it may judge for itself the quality of justice administered in their name, and that that British law is public scrutiny, and that justice should be seen to be done whether it's done or not. Its test is public scrutiny, and that justice is done in public, so that it may be discussed and criticized in public. You can see that. So it is none of my making, but that is what British law is. And also you can see that the evidence and the argument should be known to the people of the United Kingdom, so that that the society may judge for itself that what the quality of justice administered in its name in the democracy of the United Kingdom. And then you can see that open justice principle has many other virtues, which also is that it deters untruth, and it deters perjury and forgery, and also that it deters judicial misconduct, which is furthermore etc., and so on and so forth. Anyways, we shall look at further some other things in a little while, but we are going to do the other most important things. You can see the 3 life insurance policies on 3 deaths not cancelled and the divorce not declared. My husband is the beneficiary on the deaths of my sons after my death, and these life insurance policies have not been cancelled for the last 25 years, and he's been remarried to the other woman for the last 24 years, and the divorce has never taken place. So you can imagine the misuse and abuse of authority, how it has carried on for 25 long years, where my father, the very first professor of Punjabi literature in the whole world with 49 PhD doctors under him, has been brutally murdered, and my houses have been looted, and I was made homeless, jobless, penniless. And I am a qualified lawyer and a journalist. I have been a beauty queen at the first All India Inter-University Youth Festival. I have a distinction in dramatics from the university stage. I'm one of the best actresses of my university. I used to perform in front of thousands of university students at Punjab University, Chandigarh. Chandigarh is the youngest city of India, planned by a French architect, and is very famous and is very well known on the map of India. And you can see that even in Bollywood movies, it's shown ever so often. And I was a student leader at Department of Laws, where there were 1,000 boys and 100 girls. And that also I worked with the Central London Law Society in the United Kingdom as Asian legal correspondent, Asian editor of that magazine, and many interviews and reports were published for them. As well as I worked with 4 BBC producers in the United Kingdom, with BBC World Service, with BBC Pebble Mill, and also at GMR on Oxford Road in Manchester, etc., and for both for radio and television, etc. But my career has been broken over and over again, and it was obstructed that I should never become the MP. And they do not want the 3 life insurance policies cancelled. They do not want the divorce declared, and they do not want my children reunited with me, which is the only thing I'm asking, praying in a public petition to the House of Commons to cancel the 3 life insurance policies on 3 deaths, to declare a valid divorce, because the judges deliberately made a bogus court order of divorce without the emblem of the court, without the name of a judge, which lies in the hands of the people of the United Kingdom, which is made on plain paper and which has no value at all, so that even if my husband remarries, then they can still organize these 3 murders and they can achieve the murders, etc. And then they can do an official cover-up of the unofficial and criminal activity. And of course, the defamation that they do is only to shun the right-minded and the right-thinking people away from the victims, not to believe what they have to say, and so on and so forth, which is a superimposition, which is a misuse of authority, which is the untruth and the opposite of the truth, and which is organized crime. And that is what is Freemasonry really, and that is the very charge on the Freemasons by the Parliament's inquiry. And in media law, I shall show yourselves how there are 4 cases of acute public good and public interest, where the people of the United Kingdom have been denied their best evidence possible on which to make up their own mind up, which is their first right to truth. But they've been denied that in 4 cases of acute public good. Number 1 is this Bloody Sunday case. Number 2, Iraq war weapons case. Number 3 is Stephen Lawrence's case. Number 4 is Princess Diana's case, which is embedded in black and white in media law by Jeffrey Robertson and Andrew Nicol, who are the top media law barristers of the country. And then furthermore, you can see here, which is that the judges and the police have been ordered by the 1997 Home Secretary to declare their membership of Freemasonry, which is the immoral and criminal world. And furthermore, you can see the Leveson inquiry that is charging the police outrightly for phone hacking in serious corruption, which they are doing all the time in this case, without a doubt, and they're displaying it all the time right in front of the people of the United Kingdom as well. And you've seen that happen, how they have been doing disgraceful things. And furthermore, you can see that the police is charged of being constantly in touch with the corrupt public servants as well as the corrupt media, which is nothing else but Freemasonry, the establishment-based mafia, embedded in black and white in the books of Martin Short and Stephen Knight, accepted by the Parliament's inquiry, and so on and so forth. And you can see the Freemason judges in the misuse and abuse of this public petition to the House of Commons, that they've hounded and chased this case in and out of court, and they do nothing else but a witch hunt in order to exploit the victim and kill the victim, because these judges are deadly guilty. They are red-handed, they are steeped in vice and oozing with sin, as they've been charged even in the Rogers Thesaurus in 914, and I can show you that one. And here you can see, because Freemasonry is also declared and documented on page 148 of Stephen Knight, the Brotherhood, in the chapter of the Descendants, that it is one of the most morally polluted organization, that it may even cease to exist, and that's the way it is. And you can see here that Judge Farrer from Coventry County Court, District Judge Harper, District Judge Rowe, District Judge Conn, District Judge Brass, and they are all from Somerset House, the district judges, and Judge Coleman from Royal Courts of Justice, Judge Collins from Birmingham, Judge Farnworth, and Judge Stuart White from Royal Courts of Justice in London, and also the Lord Justices, which are Lord Justice Wilson and Lord Justice Stuart White. They're also from the Royal Courts of Justice in London, because Freemasonry is a hierarchy, and the thread runs through, which is, again, none of my making. I'm only quoting to yourself by the book. And then you can see furthermore that the 3 life insurance policy is not cancelled, and the divorce not declared, etc., and the bogus court order made on plain paper, which lies in the hands of the people of the United Kingdom in big numbers, and also in the hands of the Manchester and the Metropolitan University students, who have read this case in big numbers, in thousands of them, from 2004 till 2014, for 10 long years, every single day of the year. And then furthermore, you can see my Radio Super Show interview, which is with the Manchester Students Union Radio, which is here. You can see Magic Bus Lady special, and then you can see Jag Kanchana Singh, and you can see the most prestigious guest ever to grace the Fuse FM radio station. And then furthermore, you can see that she tells James, Danny, and Chris how she won a beauty competition that she didn't mean to enter, and be astounded that she recalls her historic meeting with Sherry Blair, and get ready to march down to the polling station as she lays out her plans to stand as MP. So I was nominated to become the MP, but it was obstructed by the council, and then it was also obstructed by the police, who said quite openly that she is a non-white woman. We will not let her become the MP. But if she had been a white woman, we would let her become, and so on and so forth. And of course, they did my anti-propaganda very openly, and invited as many students as would like to join in doing the patronizing and demeaning, and also doing the illegal and criminal and immoral actions, which Freemasonry is, and that needs to be brought to the public eye. But that is openly known about it, that they've done it, and so on and so forth. So it is common knowledge. So you can see here, this is the letter of James Robinson, the chief presenter of the radio show, who has written to me after 4 or 5 days, who has written that, "You fantastic woman, we have had literally thousands of people visit the site because of the interview, and I've had people call me up about it, and it's already broken the record for the most downloaded radio show that we've ever had on our radio station." Furthermore, you can see my CV, which is giving out that I have a master's in philosophy, a bachelor of law, bachelor of mass communication media. I'm a qualified lawyer and a journalist, and that I'm the daughter of the very first professor of Punjabi literature in the whole world, with 49 successful PhD doctorates under him, and also an authority on Sikhism, who has done enormous and outstanding work on Sikhism, which no one has done after the 10 Sikh gurus. And so I grew up on the university campus, and I did my 3 degrees over there, and so on and so forth. And this is only the first page. This is a 14-page long CV, but only a little bit has been displayed here. And you can see above, which is my father's photograph, and then you can see myself as a beauty queen at the first All India Inter-University Youth Festival. And then furthermore, you can see that one is when I acted in a play which was in an inter-university competition. And then furthermore, you can see that one, which is myself getting an award, the highest award in dramatics, which is called a Color Award, which is a distinction in dramatics, because I did perform in front of thousands of university students at Punjab University, Chandigarh, and one of the best actresses of my times. I was also offered Bollywood movies, but my brothers were very possessive, and they said, "No way, we will not let you do that." Never mind, that's the way it is. But I did act in one of the movies. I did a small role where my dramatic sir came to my house and picked me up with the permission of my father and took me to a nearby village where they were doing the shooting of a Bollywood movie. Anyways, so this one you can see here. These are my photographs as a fashion model in college, and then you can see above, which is one of the plays at the university. And furthermore, you can see that one is when I got selected for Air India as air hostess, which is the international airline of Indian airline. Furthermore, you can see some of my skills and abilities here. They were displayed on 2 pages, but one has been taken off by the Freemasons in the last 2-3 months, but it has gone in many of the previous videos that were made. And then you can see skills and abilities and competences. You can see qualified lawyer as well as a journalist and a broadcast journalist, worked both for radio and television. Excellent communication skills, both written and verbal. Interviewing skills, reporting skills, editing skills, eloquent speaker, advocacy skills, and leadership qualities. Yes, I was a student leader in Department of Laws where there were 1,000 boys and 100 girls, and also the convener of the Cultural Society, the vice president of the Cultural Society in a male-oriented situation, which is more than 35 years ago now. You can imagine, because I got married in 1984 and came to the United Kingdom more than 35 years ago. I'm a British citizen, and so on and so forth. And so you can see that is here, to whom it may concern, that it is my pleasure to write in a personal capacity regarding Jag Kanchana Singh. This is the statement of one of the Manchester University students who has known me over 11 years. He was 18 when I met him first, and now he's 29, and he has since then done his PhD from the University of Manchester. So he has written, to whom it may concern, it is my pleasure to write in a personal capacity regarding Jag Kanchana Singh, whom I have known for the past decade. I first met Jag Kanchana in 2008 when I was a first-year student at the University of Manchester. She had by then become a local celebrity amongst the student population of Manchester, a city with around 80,000 students of 2 universities, the University of Manchester and the Manchester Metropolitan University. For several years, Jag Kanchana mounted a very successful campaign to raise awareness on social and political issues. With no budget, Jag Kanchana reached a large audience by giving speeches as well as by printing short pamphlets which had a very wide circulation. These are remembered to this day by anyone who was in Manchester at the time, and I have always been impressed with the Jag Kanchana's. Oh my God, why the hell has it gone? Okay, that I have always been impressed with Jag Kanchana's intelligence, her goodness, and the rigor and discipline with which she conducts her campaign. And then furthermore, on the next page, he has brought to the public eye. Here you can see that this period culminated in a very widely discussed interview with the Manchester University student radio station and a campaign to become an independent MP, which collected huge number of signatures. But unfortunately, people hostile to the success of her campaign, especially those in positions of power in the council, used every means they could to obstruct her, from denial of funding to grossly unethical tactics. Thus, Manchester lost one of its best loved public speakers. And then furthermore, you can see that is the name of the young man who has written this statement, and his name is Dr. Joseph Razavi. He has done his PhD from the University of Manchester in computer science and has a job at the University of Manchester in computer science. And then furthermore, you can see my 3 degrees here. You can see this is the degree, which is a Bachelor of Laws, which is a 3-year degree, which is passed in 1982 from Punjab University, Chandigarh. And you can see Jag Kanchana Kaur Kohli, daughter of Surinder Singh Kohli. So this is all Indian law is based on English law, and I do have a certificate of eligibility from Central London Law Society to do my articles in this country and become a solicitor. But once I saw at close quarters the chain of injustices done by a chain of judges set up and bribed on my children's custody case, I did not wish to work under them at all in their criminal and corrupt world of Freemasonry. And then you can see furthermore, this is my 2nd degree, which is a professional degree again, which is a Bachelor of Mass Communication Media, a journalism degree, and you can see passed in 1984. That's the year I got married to Dr. Inderpal Singh, and came to the United Kingdom, and he has worked in the NHS over 30 years, and that he is remarried to the other woman for the last 24 years and has never divorced me. He has another son from the other marriage too, and he has both my sons for the last 25 years, being an offending parent, but the offending parent is awarded custody by the judges, which is in black and white on page 12 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood, but Freemasons only are into perverting the course of justice and crushing democracy, rights and justice, etc., and looting and embezzlement of the rights and property of the people with the protection racket and whatnot, so on and so forth. Anyways, the main thing is that I came to the United Kingdom more than 35 years ago, and all the extramarital affairs of my husband were brought into the open by his own consultant, Mr. Wadi Nasser, which was in front of the entire theatre staff and ward staff, which was in my presence as well, which was 1992 or 93, I believe it was 1992, February, etc., and so on and so forth, and it's a long time ago now. But both my sons are also born and brought up here. I'm a British citizen, so are my sons born and brought up here who are British citizens. One is a medical doctor, the older one, and the younger one is a mathematics honors and business masters, and so on and so forth. And you can see my third degree, which is here, which is a master's in philosophy that I passed in 1979 from Punjab University, Chandigarh. Chandigarh is the youngest city of India, planned by a French architect, and that and also Punjab University is one of the most prestigious universities of India, and you can check all of it on the web. And you can see furthermore that 707, which is from the this is the Rogers Thesaurus, the top thesaurus, which is 707, that Freemasonry is colleagueship, accomplice, helper in crime, partner in crime, aiding and abetting, moneyist and sharer, and that it is a participator and it is sharing the profit. And then you can see that it is a friend at court and also partner in crime, as well as it is participation and sharing the profit, 775, which I've already shown yourselves. And you can also see that it is a collaborator and it is cooperator and it is a team work, and it is also a conspirator, etc., and conniver, and so on and so forth. And furthermore, that it is also friend at court and a partner in crime, which is most important. And it is also a tergiver satyr, which is change of allegiance from law to crime, and it is a traitorship and treason. So that is what is here, which is all written on this page, and so on and so forth. And furthermore, that Freemasons also amalgamate and combine the friends, family, and victims of the of the victim. They amalgamate and combine the victim's friends, family, and neighbors into Freemasonry to side up with them and to betray the victim and join the opposition. And that is apostolized, which is part and parcel of every connotation of Freemasonry. And that is also in here. You can see in this 707, and then furthermore you can see 708 party, which is an inner circle, which is it's a clique, it's a team, it's a gang, which is the party of Freemasonry. And then furthermore you can see that it is revolt against the law, and also it is a splinter group. Do not miss that one, because that is a splinter group and a splinter party. And then furthermore you can see that Freemasonry is revolt against the law, and it is association, and it is amalgamation and combine, and that it is an axis, and wherever the victim is, the people surround him and the victim, and that it is a storm center and it's a corrupt administration, etc. And you can see that one in 208 in the International Thesaurus, the definition of axis. And then you can see and that it is an unholy alliance. You can see that on 617 in the International Thesaurus. And then furthermore you can see that Freemasonry is it is also a monopoly of sin, and that it is an establishment-based mafia, and it is amalgamation and combine and monopoly of sin. And furthermore that it's partnership in crime. And then you can see that it is 880 and 882, which are part and parcel of 708, which I shall show you. And then you can see that it is biased, which is white supremacy and bigotry and hatred. And you can see 481, that one is. And then you can see here that Freemasonry is party, and it is taking sides, and it is amalgamation and combine. You can see side with and take sides, etc. And then it is also to hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, etc., and partnership in crime, and jointly and collectively, and so on and so forth. Furthermore, you can see this one is Freemasonry befriending the victim's friends, family, and neighbors into Freemasonry, to siding up with them. And then you can see here Freemasonry and brotherhood. And then you can see that this is cooperation in the criminal world and shaking hands, and that it is fraternization, and it is neighborliness, and it is mutual regard for each other in the criminal world, and sympathy for each other in the criminal world, and injustice and partiality, discrimination in favor, and that it is also friends of the family and friends of the of friends, etc. And then you can see that it is also neighbors, which is written here quite clearly. So that's how I do not communicate with any of the neighbors here, because I've been told that I've been anesthetized and gang raped, anesthetized, and given injections to hasten death. And you can also see the word tergiversator, which is change of allegiance, duty, loyalty, and responsibility, that changes and reverses from law to crime. And then furthermore, you can see this one, which is here, that Freemasonry is tergiversation, which is forswearing, which is change of allegiance from law to crime. And you can see that it is a change of purpose, and it is change of allegiance, and it is deviation, and it is also unrealistic, and it's traitorship and treason and defection and desertion and withdrawal and abandonment. And you can see it is swearing off the judicial oath, and it is oath breaking, and it is denial, and it is negation of the law and disobedience of the law, etc. And then furthermore, you can see that it is offender, it is betrayer, and that it is deceiver, and that it is undutifulness as well, and it is scratch one's back, and furthermore it relapses here, it is run with the hare and hunt with the hounds, and then it is to play false, and it is to deceive, etc. And then you can see furthermore that it is play false, and that it is also what do we call the hell? Anyways, you can see apostolize, that it is turn side, change sides, and then it is turned renegade, and then join the opposition, you can see here. And then it is switch and bait, and also it is a blackmailer, and it is dishonesty is the best policy, and then it is to betray the victim, and so on and so forth, and be dishonest, and that's the way it is. And then furthermore, you can see that Freemasonry is where is this gone? Yeah, this one is in the International Law of the Thesaurus, that Freemasonry is tergiversation, which is giving out that it is treason and traitorship, and it is joining the opposition, it's going over to the opposition, and it is siding with the enemy, and it's defection, and so it is disloyalty, and it is renunciation of the law, and it is backsliding, and it is a change of allegiance from law to crime, and it's converting. And then furthermore, you can see that it is also to withdrawal, and it is treason and traitorship, and it is collaboration, and it is schematic and opportunist, etc., and so on and so forth. And then furthermore, you can see that Freemasonry is illicit business, which is mafia, it is organized crime, it is a black market, and it is shady dealings, it's in the illegal and criminal world, and that it is also protection racket, it's gambling, and it is also you can see that it's prostitution and pimping as well, and organized crime and black market. And then you can see drug pusher and dope pusher, and it is sell under the counter, and sell and deal in stolen goods, etc., and black market here, etc. And then furthermore, you can see this is 5 to 5, that Freemasonry is secrecy, latency, and concealment. It is the suppression of truth, burial of truth, hidden agenda, and that it is obfuscation, it is misinformation, disinformation, and it's a whitewash, and it is the cover of the unofficial and criminal activity, and that it is dishonesty, and it is It is 541, which is duplicity, which is swearing black is white, white is black, and 543, it is untruth, which is subterfuge, and it is reverse of truth, opposite of truth, etc. And then you can see furthermore that it is double dealing, and it is underhanded dealing, and then furthermore it is also giving out that it is hugger mugger, and it is underground, etc. And then it is also non-committal, which is that it is unaccountability, etc. And it is keep one's mouth shut and neither deny nor confess the truth, which is of grave importance to bring to the public eye. And then furthermore, you can see here that it is falseness. Freemasonry is falseness, that it is improbity, which is dishonesty is the best policy. And then you can see untruthfulness and deceitfulness, and then it is false swearing, and it is invention of lies. It's fokery, and it is invention, which is concoctions and so on and so forth, and misrepresentation of facts. And sophistry, you can see that it's proving that white is black, and then you can see that it is distortion of truth and a misrepresentation of facts. And then it is also also tergiversation, of course, which it is in all its connotations. And then furthermore, you can see that it is false piety, and it is also, it's phony, and it's fake, and it's counterfeit, and it's falsified, and it is a put-up job, and it is a frame-up of the victim. So it is foul play, and then you can see that it's counterfeit, and it's deceptive, and it is trumped up, and it's hypocritical and perfidious, and it is two-faced, and that it is swearing black is white and white is black, and that it is also, oh God gracious, it is falsehood, but it's a barefaced lie, and it is this one, of course, we'll go to the next one, and that is a barefaced lie. But this one is a white lie. It's a tell a fib and tell a tale, and it's a white lie, and you can see right here. And it is swear that black is white as well, and put a false construction, which is a misconstruction and a misrepresentation of facts. And then furthermore, oh God gracious, this is this is subterfuge, which is of core importance. Subterfuge, which is reverse of truth, which is the opposite of truth, which is counteraction, which is also the reverse, the image of the victim, which is in giving out in entry number 14 in the Rogers Thesaurus. And then it's falsehood, and it is a downright lie. It's a white lie. It is false statement. It is breach of public trust, and it is a false evidence, false oath, trumped up story, and that it's fabrication, and it is white lies and concoctions, and it is false excuse, disinformation, misinformation, misteach, and it is varnish, and it is falsification of truth. And then you can see it's an anti-propaganda, which the police did in big numbers when they came to the Owens Park, where thousands of Manchester University students live, etc. And then you can see that it's a trumped up story, and it is white lies, and it's also false. It's to frame the victim, and it is also subterfuge, which is pretense. It is qualification to alter the case, and it's pretense and pretext. And furthermore, you can see the photographs of my sons with myself. The colored photographs are the ones which are after separation, and that children always love both parents, and they deserve the love of both parents. And then furthermore, you can see that is my father, who was brutally murdered by the Masons excuse me, because they couldn't buy his loyalty, so they brutally murdered him. And I was told after that, it's your turn now. It's openly known in India as well as in England, as well as throughout the world, that my father was brutally murdered on this case. And the moment I returned to the United Kingdom, and I went to the Sikh Gurdwaras in Manchester, in my area, where I said to them that I don't have my sons and my father's been murdered, and would you help me to get justice on my case? And then they were also amalgamated and combined by the Freemasons, the establishment-based mafia. And what they did was they invited white Freemason that came to the Sikh Gurdwara and told to my face quite clearly that you will not take the name that your father's been murdered. You'll never say that. only then we can get you even a glimpse of your sons, let alone having you the custody of your children, and so on and so forth. And after which, when I wrote for the first time in my public campaign to the thousands of Manchester University students that my father was brutally murdered and that the police is racist, what they did was the police came and picked me up and took me straight to the police station and took my handprints to threaten me, to say that we have your handprints with us, we can false charge you anytime. So you dare not ever say that your father was brutally murdered and keep shut about it. So that's what Freemasonry is really about. It is to do and to deny and to do the threaten the people and victimize the people, and also which is terrorism, and it is Gundism and Gangism, and it is illegal and criminal and unlawfulness and lawlessness. And you can see that there, you can see my children with me, and 55 Barrington Road, Altrincham, Cheshire, W14 1HZ, which is the joint property of mine with my husband, but it's been sold behind my back with perjury and forgery, and I've never been given a single penny by my husband. And then you can see both my sons are here with my father, with their grandfather, and in that one, my older son with the grandfather, with my father is there. And then furthermore, after the photographs, you can also see my 3 speeches on the web, which on the YouTube, which is number 1 is the address to the people of the United Kingdom from the Magic Bus Lady of Manchester, and then the second one, the Light of the Universe, third one, Here and Now or Never by Kanchana Singh. They are imploring on the they don't want you to see anything, so they're running away. Anyways, they're imploring on the young generation to become the soldiers of democracy, rights and justice, to dawn a new era, and so on and so forth. And you can see here, this is Dr. L.M. Singhvi, the High Commissioner of India in London, that I interviewed for the African, Caribbean and Asian Lawyers Group of the Central London Law Society. And you can see here that is on the cover page, and you can see quite clearly here by Kanchana Singh. And then furthermore, above that, that is the another report that I did for the African, Caribbean and Asian Lawyers Group magazine, Futures and Options, which got published, which was on the Golden Independence Anniversary of India, held at Hilton Hotel in London, where Dr. L.M. Singhvi had invited, the High Commissioner of India in London had invited the Prime Minister to grace the function, but that was Right Honourable Tony Blair, but he couldn't come, so he sent his friend Peter Mandelson to grace the function, and that is what it is. And then this is Peter Mandelson, the MP, and then furthermore, you can see this is another interview that I did for the ACA Lawyers magazine, Futures and Options, and you can see that is Futures and Options. That's on the page, title page as well of the magazine, and this is His Honor Judge Mota Singh that I interviewed for that magazine, apart from many other lovely interviews I did, including the Chief Justice, Supreme Court of India. And then furthermore, you can see that one is His Honor Judge Mota Singh, and this is Judge Mota Singh with the British judiciary. And then furthermore, we go up to doing the essential parts of the Freemasonry. In here, you can see the Brotherhood by Stephen Knight, and you can see that is in the chapter of the government that bribes are secretly passed under the table. There is a well-established system within Freemasonry for passing money untraceably from one Mason to another. And then furthermore, you can go to page 205 in the Stephen Knight's The Brotherhood, which is saying giving out, no, this is page 119, 119, which is that Freemasons swear on oath to help any other Mason to the detriment of non-Masons, which is to rob, loot and kill, which is to make nude movies of innocent mothers, and detriment also to hypnotize, anesthetize and gang rape. And then furthermore, you can see page 114 of the police chapter, which is the concluding police chapters, which is saying that Freemasonry is a Masonic witch hunt, and that many people want to see Masonry banned in the police, and there are also political extremists that sit in the House of Commons for crushing democracy, rights and justice. And then you can see furthermore, that is the Grey Debate, which is by again giving out in Stephen Knight, The Brotherhood, quite clearly. It's the police chapter that here you can see that the robberies and murders are planned well in advance between the police and the criminals at the Masons Lodge, and that's how the police it plans and all the murders and robberies well in advance, and then also vanishes from the scene of the crime and allows the crime to take place. And then you can see furthermore, the police is also charged for ruining the lives and livelihood of the non-Masons and doing blackmail and violence to them. And also police is charged of being inseditious, which is being untrustworthy, which is subversion and insubordination and sedition and tergiversation, change of allegiance from law to crime, etc. And then you can see furthermore in the chapter of the system, which is that Freemason judges are charged of selling justice out of court. You can see here Freemasonry is such a grey eminence that proceedings in open court are merely an outward show, while everything is decided well in advance, even before the cases of regarding where Masons are concerned even reach the court. And then you can see these judges are charged of doing a pernicious influence, and pernicious in the International Law, this thesaurus in 308 is the unlawful killing of the victim by hook or by crook, to nip everything in the bud, etc., and to get rid of the victim. And then you can see here page 148 of Stephen Knight, which is giving out that Freemasonry is a very polluted, morally polluted organization, that it may even simply cease to exist. And then furthermore, that only the fighters have any hope of beating the system once it works against them. So you've got to fight out the injustices if you become a victim of Freemasonry. And then furthermore, page 149 of Stephen Knight, the Brotherhood, it says there is no defense against an evil which only the victims and the perpetrators know exists. So you've got to fight out the injustices and make them public and bring to the public eye to safeguard your rights. And then furthermore, you can also see that these people may even poison every part of the life of the victim. And then furthermore, it's also on page 147 in Stephen Knight, the Brotherhood, that Freemasonry is a network of corrupt, which is unprincipled Freemasons, which is corruption and it's deceitfulness, and it is a carrier of crime, and it is also in seditious, unprincipled word, as well as it is sedition and it is tergiversation, and that it is also a carrier of crime, and it is persistent offenders and no remorse, and it is the underworld and criminal world. And you can go to 934 in the Rhodes Thesaurus and 645 in the International Rhodes Thesaurus to find out the definition of, you can see, which is doing the detriment to the people, etc., and so on and so forth. And you can see furthermore, this one is giving out page 3 of Stephen Knight, the Brotherhood, that Freemasonry is an underground movement devoted to murder and terrorism, which is for financial gain. And then you can see furthermore that Freemasonry is, God gracious, it is that Freemasonry has many branches in many different countries and in non-communist countries. So that's how we were given the threats in the United Kingdom. They were followed up in India, and then you can see that Freemasonry is an establishment-based mafia, and that its members derive benefit from Freemasonry or the Brotherhood only so long as the status quo is maintained. So it's all about status quo. And then furthermore, Inside the Brotherhood by Martin Short is giving out the Parliament's inquiry into the misuse and abuse of Freemasonry into judiciary and the police on page 17 of Martin Short, Inside the Brotherhood, concluded by Right Honourable Chris Mullen, who said nothing undermines public confidence more than the knowledge that some public servants are members of the secret society whose sole aim is mutual self-advancement in wrongful column or mutual support for self-greed of career advancement or materialistic gain of cash or kind. And then furthermore, you can see that is on page 15 of Martin Short, Inside the Brotherhood, how the defenders of the law become the offenders of the law. You can see that the police forces are charged for being a hub, a nexus, for being a bond and doing organized crime in Freemasonry. And furthermore, that there is what is done in Freemasonry is a corrupt influence. You can see here, which is here, and it's a political influence. And then these public servants come from many areas of British life, of different institutions. You can see that they come from the law, they come from education, they come from medical profession, the City of London, businesses, armed forces, House of Commons, MPs as well, and Foreign Office and Secret Services, and even the House of Parliament, etc., and so on and so forth. And that it shows that how Freemasons break people's careers as well, and so on and so forth. So that is right in front of yourselves. And the housing is very corrupt, which comes under the council itself, and so is the police, etc., and so on and so forth. Anyways, you can see here, this is page 13 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood, giving out that Freemasonry is mafia, that it is the organization of criminals that organizes crime, it treats victims as criminals and criminals as victims, and that it is the immoral and criminal world, and it is consciencelessness. And if there are any honest Masons, you can see, who complain about the criminal and immoral conduct of their brothers, then what happens is that it is he indeed, it is not the wrongdoers, but it is the honest Mason who is excluded and thrown out, even out of the Mason's lodge. You can see ostracism is done and exclusion is done from the Mason lodge itself. So, but those who do the dirty work for the Freemasons are rewarded and awarded and loved and credited for the dirty work that they do. And then you can see furthermore, that is page 13, page 12 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood, which is giving out that Freemasonry is publicly well publicized events show them acting corruptly. And then furthermore, you can see that, oh God, that within Freemasonry, crimes are condoned or unpunished, that favors are granted or withheld, that the offending parent awarded custody, the inept promoted, and the able destroyed, etc., and so on and so forth. And then furthermore, you can see that Freemasonry is riddled with ill will and malice, that it is the opposite of the judicial oath, which is to do good, to honor and honor of people without fear or favor, without ill will and affection. And furthermore, you can also see that Freemasonry is exploited for career advancement or financial gain, which is the very ruling of Right Honorable Chris Morin as well. And then you can see that Freemasonry is selfishness, and it is crookedness, and it is corrupt. It is misused for corrupt ends of any kind. And then furthermore, on page 18 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood, it says that how the Freemasons only devote the discourse. They do not deal with matters because they're entirely guilty. They cannot afford to deal with them. So they only are into the entrapment of the victim and into witch hunting, and they only want to pervert the course of justice. And they are in wrongful column or mutual support for self-greed of career advancement or materialistic gain of cash or kind. And then page 185 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood is giving out that the Freemasonry is insider trading by another name, which is illicit business in 356 in the Rogers Thesaurus. And then you can see furthermore that many High Court judges are top Masons. They treat the common man of Britain as expendable nuisance. And then furthermore, page 186 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood is giving out that Freemasonry is that in Freemasonry there is nothing called merit or justice in Freemasonry. It's all about due subordination. You can see, forget about merit. Freemasonry is all about due subordination, which is yes-manship. And then page 187, that Freemasonry is a hierarchy. It's built on rank and fortune. So it is institutional racism. And then further, you can see that when Parliament passed the Unlawful Societies Act, it outlawed all organizations, the members of which are to take an oath which is not authorized by the law. This description fitted Freemasonry perfectly. So Freemasonry is an unlawful society with an unlawful oath, and that it is racist because it is institutional racism, a hierarchy. And then furthermore, page 188 is giving out that Freemasonry is a seditious force of British society, distorting the decisions of the state against the state and against the populace at large, so on and so forth. And then, of course, I have to show you my father's books, which are of core importance. So many of them he has written. Oh, Lord. which is quite a few are in here. And yeah, here they are. So here we are. That is my father, very first professor of Punjabi literature, Professor Dr. Surinder Singh Kohli, and then that one is my father again. And then you can see that is the Conceptual Encyclopedia of Religion, that has 2 entries of on Sikhism by my father in there, and then a Conceptual Encyclopedia of Guru Granth Sahib, then Dictionary of Guru Granth Sahib, then that one is Dictionary of Mythological References, and then the Critical Study of Adi Granth, the PhD thesis of my father. The appreciation has been written, oh God, by the very first president of India, by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. They don't want anyone to see that I'm his daughter as well. Can you believe that? They only want to say, to do a suppression of truth in every single way, and identity theft. Get her, finish her, kidnap her, hijack her. And you can see that is the appreciation of my father's work. And then you can see that is the very first president of India's signature, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. And that is about the author. That Dr. Kohli was the head of the Department of Punjabi at Punjab University, Chandigarh for nearly 20 years. And he has done great service to literature as well as to comparative religion in general and Sikh studies in particular. And that is a huge work again of my father in 3 huge volumes, which is a translation from poetry to poetry from a very difficult language into Punjabi and into English, Dasam Granth Sahib. And then furthermore, Sikh predictions, ritualism and its rejection in Sikhism, Sikhism and major world religions, the Sikh and the Sikh philosophy, outlines of Sikh thought, and then yoga of the Sikhs, then furthermore, Sikh ethics, strange but true in Sikhism, Sikh prayers and real Sikhism, and the Sikh and the Khalsa Naam, and then God's will and grace and attributes of God. Oh my God, they are always doing this. And then furthermore, it's also going to end. It's not much to go, but they all used to doing all this. And then grace, and then you can see attributes of God and ego and death and after, and then Sikh and Sikhism. And then it is Guru Gobind Singh. That's his life of Guru Gobind Singh. Never mind. Whatever has been done has been done. That's good enough. And then we shall just call it a day, because we've done quite a bit, and so on and so forth. Oh Lord. And then I'm going to show you what is the time at present on the TV and wrap it up. And you can see that is my oldest son, the medical doctor, and the younger one, the mathematics honors and business masters. These are both my sons, and that's my father again, and so on and so forth. And you can see the time now is 6:10, and this is Wednesday, 24th of the 2nd, 2021, and which is, you can see BBC News HD breakfast, which is coming at present, so on and so forth. So that's the way it is. And of course, I have kept politics of the judiciary here and the brotherhood, etc. And so anyways, I shall call it a day for today, and then there's always a lot more to it than meets the eye. And thank you very much, and God bless you all, and bye-bye, darlings.